Hi y'all, welcome back to the channel. As many as you know, it's Iola time. So this is kind of a little introduction of what I'm doing at Iola and a big reveal. So here goes nothing. Swag update. Buttons. Just little simple buttons. I was like, well, I don't think I'd want one, but people might. They seem to be pretty popular with people selling swag, so why not? Also, it's not here yet, but it'll be here, is a better double-sided t-shirt. So I prototyped these with a different company. I really didn't like them. The feel is just not as nice as the other shirts. The decals aren't as bright. Here's the back. Hopefully I'm in shot. But it'll be kind of a bigger chest logo and then a full one in the back. Also, I'm getting another hat with the full long waist logo, hopefully soon. But you'll see those in Iola. Some souvenir plates I'm selling to raise some funds. You know, we got Big Red that goes with all your vehicle types. You know, Chevy, Dodge, Ford, Harley. Then some Wisconsin ones. You know, Iola, Wisconsin, CARSHOW, Iola. Something that wasn't political but is now political, Tesla, and of course you know who that is. But you know, I do some political plates to make some money, not because I want to be political, because they sell and people want them, and sometimes you got to make stuff that people want. So hopefully that isn't a commercial like deal with people. So people should know where I stand on things. I'm a former union president, so, you know. Anyway, so, Iola, S11 and S12 is where I'll be. I'll have my plates, I'll have all my spare street signs, all my spare traffic lights, and then some video games, just why not, little knickknacks that I've gotten with auction lots over the years that I'm trying to just go. So a giveaway that should be floating around somewhere in cyberspace by now. Basically, subscribe to the channel, take a screenshot, because Iola is a crapshoot for reception, especially during the day. Come to my booth, show me, and you get a free reusable tote bag. You can either choose the large one or the small one. If you want both, take the big one for free. Buy the small one. Save yourself some money. They're nice. My wife has hers. She's not very gentle on them, and it's holding up really well. I use a small one daily for all my things I tote around for checklists and like spare phones and all that, and it's been holding up really great. I'm really impressed with these. I like them. I know the fabric ones that I've had in the past have torn. These seem pretty good, so I'm happy with them. So please come out, support the channel. One day I would love this thing just to support the museum, and I wouldn't have to worry about selling or flipping or anything like that. You know how amazing that would be. Another thing I'm starting is going to be Save the History. So I don't think people realize what I'm doing. I don't think the message is out there very strongly, especially with my videos just talking about license plates, talking about the museum, doing random stuff with license plates. So I'm starting Save the History. So the goal is save the history. If we don't save it, it's going to be gone. Especially we've learned from years past, these undated 11s, 12s, when they started stuff, no one seems to have documented that. We know the prison doesn't keep records because it's a prison. The DMV kind of does, but you know, they have a full-time job getting registrations out to the mass public, not to help people write books. Anyway, so I'm going to be kind of incorporating that into the museum somehow. and hopefully it will bring awareness. I'm also going to make a separate video. I didn't realize people didn't know I work full-time on top of this. I guess I seem like a license plate guy, and maybe they thought this was all I do. I don't. I work full-time for the University of Madison, down in Madison, downtown, unfortunately. So my time is very limited with that role as a laboratory manager. So yeah, but more, I'll probably do a short about that later on, you know. Anyway, now for the second half of this video, we're gonna have to change it up a bit. It's a new t-shirt, I know. So, if I can get up to this. This is Casey's license plate art. Most of you know, I've bought and sold crafts for a long, long time. My typical MO is buy out a crafter. I have a dedicated guy who buys my craft stuff. Zoom goes off the craft plates he wants. He doesn't want the scraps, so they go sit in the pile. I like tools, so I buy the tools too for other purposes. As many of you have seen my whole workbench set up and rolling workbench and all that. So as time has gone by, my crafter has been buying less and less crafter plates. Well, unfortunately now I have probably 2,000 crafter plates, and then I have a guy who's like, well, I get these from work, they need to be destroyed, they can't go into collections. So I'm like, well, I'll take them, I'll make some crafts out of them. So I decided to start up a different branch of the museum called KC License Plate Art. As you can probably tell online, you see my logo, and it just changes from the museum stuff, collectors group, to KC's. And it is a mixture of my wife's and I's initials. You know, I'm probably gonna not make some people happy about doing this, but I have too many crafter plates. I don't have a reliable source to sell them to who will chop them up, and for me to break even selling the crafter plates. I'm not doing anything crazy, it's just the current farm scene with the black numbers and letters that I have a ton of. I still have a guy who buys the farm base with the red letters and numbers. He wants my butters and all that, and I really don't want to cut those up because they're getting old and harder to find. So here's a little preview sample of what I'm going to be hopefully bringing to Iola, especially since the guys I'm setting up next to really didn't want that much competition. I said, well, I'll bring my crafting stuff. I won't bring older plates because he does the older plates, but this is what I've done so far. We'll start over here. The big thing is license plate art with a purpose. So I didn't want to just make signs. There's a lot of guys doing that. I don't want to step on a lot of toes. But you know, we're getting older and we're not being able to bend down as well. So this is a long dustpan holder for guys who are sweeping but can't bend down anymore. So a lot of these are first gen prototypes. I need to go and I'm going to make hopefully 10 of each to bring to Iola. And if this goes well, I might be putting together a Ko-fi page for KC's license plate art to do this. And as many as you know, I've built some stuff for my dad on the channel. There's at least one video floating out. There's another one coming in probably after this, since I built his Father's Day's gift, but we haven't been able to see him to give him his gift. And hopefully by the time this video comes out, he'll have it because I'm going to show it. But I've done this in the past. I built him a version 1 beer bottle opener for his bar. So this is version 1 with a magnet on the back. That's why those screws are just hanging out there. So you pop it and the bottle caps just get stuck right here. I have a version 2. I'm going to hopefully have both, which has a little tray to catch them. No magnet. Both of these will hopefully come with screws, if I remember. So yeah, version 1, version 2. Something a fellow crafter made for me was round pin holders, which I adore. I'll never sell them. I have like 3 in the museum. I have like 2 in the house. But I made some square ones because I had the equipment. So little square pin holders, flower holders, whatever you want to do. So as you've probably seen on the channel, keychain bottle holder goes on your keys or a hook, and you can just pop your beer or soda open. There's a version 2, which is just kind of a larger, like kind of, someone wants a more meatier hand feel. There's that. So there's a third version out for a very limited time because I bought someone out and they had these heart ones. So again, you can hook it on something, put on your keys, but it's a heart with a bottle opener. Now since we really have to get this to my father-in-law before this video comes out, this is an all-in-one holder for the bar. So there's a nice fire pit, and well, you gotta walk everything out, so why not build him a little tray here, a little bin. Nice handle. It has holders for 4 bottles. In the middle has all these snacks. One side, of course, has an opener. The other side actually has a clip to hold things so you don't want them to blow away. I one day would like to make a short version without the inserts. And the stuff on the side, just kind of a little tray, tool tray to haul around. Now, something important to a lot of people, I see them write and carry stuff around. So, clipboards. This nice little clipboard even has a little thing, you can hang it up. Now, I know with my, whatever you want to call it, I like key hooks. So just something that screws in the wall. This version has 3. I think other versions will have 5. I'm not sure if I'll stagger them up and down or what, but these are a lot of first gen prototypes I'm working on. Now we want stuff for the garden too. So this is a bird feeder, bird tray. So I actually will have small bags of bird food to go with it, so it's all ready. Especially if you buy this as a gift, you want the bird seed right there. Actually, I gotta get some mounting holes on this before I forget. But this mounts to whatever, post, a tree, and then you put your bird seed in here. Got a nice little cover to keep the rain out. If you do it right and put it on a thin post, hopefully the guards around it will keep the squirrels away. We'll see, right? To make the squirrels happy, I got a little squirrel feeder. So just a simple one you can put on a post, put on a wall. Hopefully if I remember, I'll provide screws. But a very simple, yeah, holds the dried corn, has a little tray so they can either sit, or if stuff drops, they can not have to go down to the ground. The corn will be included, so hopefully, like I said, I'll have 10 of everything. Now, as many as you know, I bought a whole bunch of stuff from Funny Farm over the years. So like, that's why I have keychains, and these are actually magnets that go in the fridge. So I have numbers, I'll have letters, and then all this little stuff. So yeah, those will be available. Those will come out finally, because they've been in storage for so long. Now I'm not sure if I'll have all 3 sizes of bins, but I have business card holders. Actually, I have these ready to go. This is one I was working on to work on your car. So if you're working on your car, has a big old magnet in the back that you clamp onto anything metal to put your stuff in here. And I was going to put magnets underneath to let it hold, you can either set it down like on a fender or to hold the screws in. And then, but those are still kind of in the progress. And there, it's kind of a wonky size, so I don't know if I wanted to change it to something a little bit less thin and wide. So that's still in progress. But these will be here. So they're a big tub, so a good thing for by the front door for your wallet and your keys and all that, unless you go get my key hanger, and then you can have that on the wall, and this holds your wallet and all your pocket stuff and stuff you need to grab before you leave the house. Now, this is a very early Gen 1 prototype that I use in the house for actually my electronic stuff, well, electronic toolkit, basically, for my screwdrivers and all that. I have a version 2 already. The hardest thing of this whole thing is getting a clasp that I like, that works well, and getting the hinges spaced just right. But yeah, I've also learned to reinforce certain things and make it a little bit more smooth. So this is a Gen 1 prototype. Gen 2 is working. It'll be better. Hopefully I'll have 10 of these. Now these are my design. Actually, I bought these for Recon. So a small star and a big star. This kind of doesn't fit the whole license plate with a purpose thing. So I might not do these. I really think this small star is cute and maybe would do pretty well in sales. Maybe I'll only do stuff like this if I'm still doing this around Christmas time or the holidays. Maybe I'll make stuff like this. I still have to reverse engineer this to see how to do it. Thought they were interesting. But yeah. Now hopefully my crafter buddy isn't going to go crazy after this, but it is what it is. I got 2,000 crafting plates to go through, and I really don't want to sell them because I don't want them to end up in the market right now. Another reason to do this, actually I started this a while ago when my wife was kind of between jobs. I wanted to build crafts for her to sell so she wouldn't have to kind of worry about bringing in bill money. And then she would just handle customer support and selling, and I could just build them, you know, after work, and then have a stash for them for her, and then help her mail them out or whatnot. Thankfully, she has found another job. She's working 2 part-time jobs right now. But bottom line, this will support people with disabilities. As many of you know, my wife is completely 100% blind. She doesn't even have eyes. And also, if you haven't been able to tell, I have disabilities myself, in the learning disability, talking sense, probably autism spectrum, just how everything kind of lines up, unfortunately. But when I was little, they weren't diagnosing it. You just got a big laundry list, like my paperwork's like this thick of my diagnoses. Anyway, it hasn't slowed me down too much. But it does create some challenges. So that's why I probably don't have the most interesting career paths, and I'm not a big CEO or anything like that. I have issues reading, so, you know. Anyway, thank you for watching. Leave some comments below. I'm still trying to get that 500 subscriber mark. Is a big goal for this year. Last time I checked, I think I had 25 subscribers, which is amazing. Thank you for the support. Yeah, well, I better get back to work because Iola's coming up soon. This video is going to post setup day for the vendors. So I'll already, by the time this is on line, I'll be on the road with the ambulance. Yeah, because I don't think they let you in until afternoon, so I'll be driving up there. Anyway, thank you for the support. It means a lot. I'll see you later. Bye.